Okay, just getting our presentation pulled up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Carolyn Kint, and Rachel Hall and I are going to be presenting careers in human development, and we'll be specifically going into early childhood through older adulthood. So we wanted to start off with answering the question, what is human development? So it's kind of self-explanatory. We all go through different stages throughout our lifespans, and careers in the field of human development focus on those stages we go through throughout our lives. So the careers, usually a career in human development will focus on just one specific stage of development at a time. And so we're going to dive into some of those and what some job options are for those different stages. So in early childhood, there's a career to be an early intervention specialist. So their whole goal is to help families with at-risk children. They're trying to help them improve their future and current conditions. So some ways that they do this, they conduct home visits and meet with the parents and families. They'll teach them some parenting skills, and they'll help them know what activities they can do for their child that's developmentally appropriate and that'll help them develop. They also do developmental screening so they can know if their child is where they should be. So they're really kind of taking some preventative measures. They can start working with families like as early as the baby's, even before the baby's born, they can start working with the parents. And they'll usually work with them especially through the first few years of the child's life. So some of the reasons these kids might be at risk, it could be because of poverty, it could be because of low birth rates, maybe disabilities, maybe families that have been known to be abusive in the past. These specialists are incredible, and they work really closely with these families to try to help them change things, because it can be hard to change on your own sometimes. So these specialists, they need to know a lot about child development, and they just need to be really flexible and understanding of the parents' authority and their cultural values and some differences that they might have, and they need to be really sensitive to that. Another job is being a preschool teacher. So preschool teachers are great. Their job is to provide developmentally appropriate curriculum for the children. So they're teaching them things that are age appropriate. They're helping them develop their fine and gross motor skills, and they're promoting a healthy social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development. And they work really hard to plan activities that are fun for the kids, but are also addressing all those things that will help them socially or help them grow emotionally or cognitively and things like that. So preschool teachers can teach preschool in their home, and there are also a lot of preschools and daycare centers. So preschool teachers that are in daycare centers, they obviously will have some added responsibilities. Like they deal with things like nap time and changing diapers and meals, and because the kids are typically there quite a bit longer. They're usually working with kids age 3 to 5, and depending on the state, sometimes they need licensing in order to become a preschool teacher. And usually they also require at least an associate's degree but they prefer you to have a bachelor's degree in child development or early education. And preschool teachers obviously need to love being around kids because that's what their whole job is. Okay, and another occupation in early childhood is a child life specialist. So child life specialists are incredible. And they help children who are in the hospital, whether they're in the hospital because of an illness, whether it's chronic or terminal, or they'll help children deal with the loss of a family member, or if the children were injured or things like that. These specialists help them quite a bit. So some of the things they do, they help talk children through the medical procedures. Children can get really anxious, especially in a hospital setting, and so they talk them through the procedure so they understand and they know what to expect and ease their anxieties. They also help them with their schoolwork so they don't fall behind while they're in the hospital. They use play therapy quite a bit, using like music and toys, and that also helps children to better handle their anxiety. They also help parents. It's really hard as a parent. It's extremely hard as a parent to have a child that's sick or injured or in the hospital for any reason. And these parents want to help their child be as happy and as comfortable as they can be. They want them to feel safe. And so they can help the parents with just pointing them to the right resources and giving them information on how they can help their child and how they can reduce their child's anxiety and just give them an overall better quality of life, even though they're in the hospital and it can be kind of a scary time. So they're super helpful to the parents. And they also, a lot of times, the child life specialists really bond with the parents if the child passes on, because they spent so much time helping make that child's life better. And so they often help grieving parents who have lost their child. So to become a child life specialist, it requires quite a bit. So they need to have at least a bachelor's degree. And it doesn't, they're not super picky on what your degree's in, but they do prefer child development. And it does require, you have to go through a certification process to become a child life specialist. It includes a 600-hour clinical internship. And so they really train these child life specialists really, really well to handle difficult situations and to know how to best help these kids. They take it really seriously. So it's an incredible job, and it's a difficult job as well, but they make a big difference in a child's life.
Oh, that's me. So I just wanted to kind of start out with, I'm doing kind of the youth development programs, because that's a big part of any jobs you might be taking involving youth, is the development programs. You'll be working in a variety of different circumstances with a variety of different youth from all different kinds of backgrounds, and just depending on what you decide to specialize in. So so these programs are designed by like the community or the government, or so they are nonprofit, and they're just there to help kind of keep teens out of trouble, and to also encourage them to become leaders, to make more of themselves, and just to find what they like to do best. So I kind of just listed some different programs. I hadn't thought of 4-H when I was looking at this, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know that 4-H is actually falls under that. I put Anasazi there because that's kind of the corrections side. The let's get these youth active and just try and help them to become better citizens. And my dad worked there for a little while, so it's all good. So the goal for youth development specialists is to provide a springboard to make sure well-adjusted youth can enter the working class. And the specialists work to help youth smoothly transfer from childhood to adulthood, that in-between time where you're just trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. So, yeah. Okay. Youth leaders. So, the main source I kind of found for like youth leaders is it was with let's see, Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, and it's basically encouraging youth to reach out and to become leaders. And there's also exchange programs. So like youth exchange programs, you can go to another country and learn how leadership works there as well, and can work in volunteering, organizing, and executing programs for youth or children. Youth leaders they can be youth and they can be adults leading youth, but I think it's really encouraging just the youth to step up and take charge, kind of like an Eagle Scout, actually. Just kind of, make that a step, start planning your own programs and getting other people involved and helping the next generation become great. So, yeah. So with the recreation workers, I really liked this because I love kind of getting out and doing a structured activity, right? I really liked this one website I found for it. Was youthchange.org or .com, sorry. And it kind of has like a lot of different posters. It was made by a motivational speaker, and just kind of how you can help teens, just help teens through changes and challenging time in their lives. And just so what the recreation worker would do is, depending on which like group of teens they're working with, right, in a correctional facility or intensive care, or just with like healthy teens that just need something to do, right? So like maybe a basketball team or something like that. Depending on what you're doing, you need to plan activities that are suitable for them and can most benefit their needs. So to do like this, you need must be able to adapt recreational activities to the needs of the people involved. I looked around on the jobs, and you can have anywhere from like a high school diploma to a bachelor's degree to get this job. Experience is obviously an important factor in obtaining a job. Yeah. So with the life coach, this is moving into the older population, the adults. You've made the change from being a teenager, you're now an adult, but you're still like wanting to become better. You're still not quite where you want to be. You go to a life coach. The big thing I found was that the difference between like a life coach and a therapist, you know, that the therapist is not always the patient's choice, right? With a life coach, it's the patient's choice. The life coach is there to help just talk you through and give you advice, and just kind of be there for support, and as well as helping you come up with healthy activities or things that you can do to help make your life that much better, and just help you to hit that high point, or that kind of person that you want to be, become that person that you want to be. So for this, you would be best to have a college degree again, probably high college degree, like bachelor's or something. I put high school diploma or higher, because again, I have found stuff with the high school diploma. It's probably a harder climb if you only have a high school diploma, and you have to have lots of experience. Life coaches it's a lot more. Let me see. The website I found for that was lifecoaching.com. And there was also universalcoachinstitute.com that had ways to like get certification to be a life coach. And I just really like both of those websites because they kind of show a little more about what life coaching is all about. And yeah, I might do those one day. So a lot of them are just kind of, you know, not necessarily an organization to work for themselves, you know, so prepared for that. So with the geriatric care manager, so that's for the elderly, the people that need help finding health care, finding a good place to live, you know, that they're a little older and their health's deteriorating. So like the manager would help them create a plan that can fit their budget and fit like the goals, like help them set goals for what they want to have happen with their health and where they live and stuff like that. The manager would work as a go-between with the patient's family and the patient, so help keep things good there, and work with both the family and the patient to make sure that everyone gets what they need. But mostly the patient, they are the patient's representative with the family, helping them kind of understand, okay, this is what my parents want, you know. They need to be very well versed in like the healthcare plans that are available to this couple or this elderly individual. They need to be able to work well with the elderly and have empathy. They need to be very often, it's useful to be a registered nurse, a licensed social worker, have that background in working with the sick, or with just people in general, like with the family of the older generation. And a college degree and experience are needed. I put in the driver's license because I did find in one of the sites that I was looking at that you can be called on a lot to like help the patient get to and from where they're going with their healthcare providers and stuff. So that just kind of reiterates that you need to be really close with all of these people. So very close relationships and just being personable. And let's see. So yeah, knowledge of just homes care, healthcare. Yeah. The site I found for this was aginglifecare.org, and that's a lot more official than the others, right? But I don't know. It has a really good history, and it just talks about the different different things that have been happening and like the changes. Can't remember what it was originally called, but it's just a group of these geriatric care managers. They used to be separate, kind of, again, like the life coaches, not really like under one huge banner, and then they come together and they form this bigger knowledge pool where they can help the more elderly people and their families be able to cope with this new thing in their lives, this time in their lives where they're getting older and they need to just navigate all the crazy like healthcare and options and everything. Yeah.
So we just barely scratched the surface on all the possible careers there are in the field of human development. Really, all of them do incredible work and make a positive impact in people's lives. So if you are a people person and you love working with people, any stage of life in particular, then definitely look into more of these careers because they're all fascinating and they do a lot of good. And anyways, thanks for listening to our presentation. We hope you all learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to shoot an email our way. Thanks so much.
Thank you.